Hello everyone and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for your love, for your support. If you are new to the channel, you're welcome. If you have not subscribed, I would appreciate for you to hit on the subscribe button. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Actually, it takes nothing for you to subscribe now. I've been begging you to subscribe since, so please subscribe. And then please, if you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. I would really appreciate for you to hit on the like button of this video. Actually, this kind of gives me like an encouragement to keep creating videos for you guys. Okay, so today's video is actually a subscribers request. So there's something I want to say when it comes to subscriber requests. Most times when you guys send requests to us to illustrate, at times we actually don't have the available materials to create these tutorials. So that is why you just see we'll keep them on the phone, and then so most times is always like that. So for this now, so what I just decided to improvise a little bit. You understand? So when you people send subscriber requests, I will try as much as I can to get something that will be closed, as in just to try and create and illustrate the tutorial in a way that will be helpful to you. So that is what I've decided to start doing now. So in today's video is actually a subscriber request. So today's video is how to cut and sew an airline gown that has a yoke. So that's what we're going to learn how to do today. It's a very simple process and it is a simple dress. So that's what we're going to learn how to do today. So if you find this video helpful, like I said earlier, please hit on the like button of this video. So if you want to register for my online classes, you can see my number on the description box. So send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll give you the details of the classes we have presently available. So guys, let's just get started straight into the tutorial for today. Okay guys, so this is the fabric that I'm going to be making use of. So actually this is a subscriber request. So I'm just trying to gather the materials that I'm going to use for it. So what we are going to do, so the first thing now for us to start, let's just get started. I'm going to draw the shoulder. We're going to do the yoke part. It's a very simple process, okay? So the yoke, the shoulder measurement I'm going to be making use of is 12. So you divide 12 into 2, you have 6 inches. So I'm going to add just 1 inch allowance to it. And then from that 1 inch, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. And then I'm going to float this into the shoulder line. So this is going to serve as my shoulder line. And then from this point, I'm going to take half of my armhole measurement. Half of my armhole is 15. So 15 divided by 2, I'm going to have 7.5. I'll mark it like that, and then I'm going to do this. So on this part, please make use of your own applicable measurement, okay? And then I'm just going to mark this like this. You can, and then the next thing I'm going to do, it is actually a free dress. I'm going to take the bust measurement, okay? So for the bust measurement that I'm going to use 36. So that 36, which is 9, I'm just going to add just 1 inch allowance to it. So from that point, I'm going to from that point I'm going to create my curve. So you can see the point here. So that is what will help me to create my curve from that point like this. Okay, so I'm going to create my curve. So the next thing, I'm going to determine how deep that's do I want my yoke to be. So most times your yoke should just be a little bit, let it come down on top of your chest, okay? So for this, the yoke that I'm going to be making yoke, my yoke is going to be 9 inches, but I'm not going to leave it at 9. I'm going to add an allowance to it. So it's going to be 10 inches. So I'll mark my 10 inches like this. So from that 10 inches point, I'm going to draw this down to that 10 inches point, and then it's just a straight yoke. And then I'm going to have this. You can see how simple this is. So now this is the top part of our dress. So the next thing, now let's add our neckline to it. So for the neckline, I'm going to use 3 inches wideness, and then I'm going to use 3 inches depth. And then I'll just curve it like this. and then we're going to cut this out now, and then we will cut the so the next thing we're going to cut out our A-line part of the dress. It's a simple process. So I'm going to measure what I have here. I'll measure what I have here now. So I have about it's okay, let me 11 inches. So I'm going to double it to 22 because we're going to pleat it. Okay. So now let me fold my fabric. So I'm going to fold my fabric. I'll fold it at an A line point. So for this kind of dress, you can make use of 2 yards of fabric for this. Okay. So I'll fold it like this now. So it's now I'm going to, so like I said, we're looking for 20. Okay, so guys, I folded my fabric now. So you can see I folded it at an angle, as I folded it like triangle. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys two explanations. So for this kind of dress, in case you don't want to add, you don't want to pleat those pleats on it, this is what you are going to do. You take your yoke and then you look for the right place, and then you are going to place it like this. And when you place it, here's what you are just going to do. You're just going to do that and then take the length of your gown. So you see how simple this is. But if you want to plait it, you are not going to cut it exactly this point. So for that, now what we are going to do, we're trying to add some plates to it. So what we have here is actually 11. So I'm just going to check. So I have about 17 here. So we are going to start it from this point. So this actually depends on how full you want your plate to be. So please note. So I'm going to use this now. So what is remaining now is what we are going to plait. So from this point now, I'm going to do this. So after marking, I'm just going to mark here. And then I'm going to bring this back into this point, okay? And then so I'm just trying to do this. So the next thing now, from this point, we're going to measure the length of our gown. So measure the length of your gown before you continue. So from this point, so I'm just going to use 31 inches. So I'll mark the 31 at that down part like that, and then I'll just mark it round. Okay, so like I said, that part was not captured initially. So you take this like this, and then after marking the length of your gown, that's from this point, marking the length. The next thing, so you can see I just brought this so I'll have an accurate part. So that's what I did. And then I'll just float it up to the line, that's my measurement. And then after floating it, that's all you need. So this comes back to this point. So when I'm going to cut now, you are going to see how I'm going to cut it. So I hope it is visible. You can take this beard and then you take it straight like this. As if you don't want it to be too wide, you can cut off this part from it. That's just trim it like this. So you can see what we have. So this part now we are going to cut out. I just decided to add the yoke to it in case you so I can just cut it together. So with this now, it will make it easier for me. So okay, so I'm going to cut this out now from this armhole point. So this is supposed to be my yoke, but if I use this yoke like this, it's not going to, it's going to get truncated. So I'm just going to take this out and then place this nicely, and then I will recut the yoke. So that one is if you want to cut it straight, that's what I did. Now just cut it like that. But if you want to pleat it, you take out that part, and then we're going to cut out a different yoke now with the fabric that we have. So you can decide to change. Okay, so we have our yoke now, and then we have our main bodice piece. So I'm going to cut out the neckline. So the next thing now, I'm going to take the center of this part and then mark the center of this part up. Okay, so welcome to our sewing table. So I put a notch at the center of the flare and then put a notch at the center of my yoke also. So for this, like I said, this is a subscriber request, but I'm just going to explain everything that you need to do. So for this, if you want to add a lining to the dress, all you are just going to do is cut your lining exactly like this, and then you stitch it around the neckline, and then you turn it. If it is a sleeveless, you stitch it around the armhole also and turn it. But if you are going to add a sleeve, don't stitch it, just stitch only the neckline, and then you turn it, you give it a good pressing, and then you would now have the two laid here. And then for the main fabric piece, this is how you are going to stitch it. So you are going to come that notch at the center, you are going to hold that notch, just give it a tiny plate like this, and then you place it. Just make sure, so just put the first pleat on the exact point. So, and then eyeball what you have, so you don't exhaust your fabric before you get to the end. Okay guys, so after sewing, so you can see how it looks like. So you can see how it is looking like. You see, just give it a good press so you can see it looks like that little dress that I showed you that is on the thumbnail. It's a simple process. This is a beginner friendly tutorial. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys how to cut the sleeve. Okay, so for the sleeve, I'm going to use the half of my armhole measurement, but this sleeve is going to have a pleat, so I'm going to increase that. So from here, I'm just going to come. So it depends on how wide. So it's the down part that I'm going to use. So the down part I'm going to use about 9 inches. So I'll add one to it to make it 10. And then from that point I'm going to come down a little bit, just about 4 inches. And then I'm going to curve this into this part like this. So I'm going to measure because it has pleats. So normally the sleeve is 15, that's my round sleeve is 15, so which is 7.5. So but you can see what I have here. I have it by 11, so that's enough for my plate. So the next thing is the wideness. How do I want the down part? How wide do I want the down part of my sleeve to be? Because I'm going to cut it like a flare. So like I said, I'm going to use about 9 inches, and then I'll add 1 inch to this. So from this point here is what I'm going to do. I hope you can see. So I'm going to mark it like this into this place like this, like this. That's from that point I'll mark it in, and then I'll bring it out like this, and then like flay it out on this side, and then I would take it straight like this. So when I plait this part, I'm going to have that opening. So you can see that kind of opening that we have on it. So it's a simple process. So you can see at the end of the day, this is how the sleeve looks like. So when you pleat this part like this, so you are going to have, you can see the shape, that opening. So that is how it is going to look like. So just fix it like this. So when you fix it, so you see it is going to stay like this. So I am just trying, like I said, I'm just trying as much as I can to answer subscribers' requests. So just guys, just bear with me. It's not everything that I can sew. So just manage the tutorial. So I hope it was helpful. It has been able to help somebody, because if you go through the process and follow it, you will be able to couple this dress. So thank you so much for tuning in. Keep sending in your subscribers' requests. You can send them to me on WhatsApp. So thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.